Welcome back to the show. This is KDS Reviews. This is another episode of Thrifty Haul. But the only difference is here. I'm starting to see more and more of these stores actually get rid of these movies. This haul, I only paid 50 cents a piece for some of these movies. I couldn't believe it. So I said, let me go over there and rate that Family Dollar and see what they got. Let's see what it is. Start off with this one right here. I've never seen this movie before. It's called Axel. This is the story of a top secret robotic dog with advanced artificial intelligence created by the military. Yeah, I know it sounds corny, but I had said, hey, well, you know what? It was only 50 cents. Thought I'd give it a shot, see what it sounds like, see what it looks like. Might be something different. You never know. It sounds one way, but it might be more interesting than what you think. It's called Axel. Here's a classic here. Here's one I didn't even think that was even on physical media. That's The Deep with Nick Nolte, Robert Shaw, and the gorgeous Jacqueline Bisset here. This is a story of a treasure hunt. You go out in the deep Pacific, I believe it is, and go down and get this treasure and all this intrigue that goes on and this sunken ship. Now, this is a really good movie. This is based off a book from Peter Benchley. You might have heard of Peter Benchley before, my younger audience. He's famous for this book, Jaws. Matter of fact, this one right here came out after Jaws did. And it came out so soon that people were thinking it was just, a Jaws ripoff, not knowing it was the same actor. That's The Deep. And right here, we got a twin bill here. First of all, Robert Rodriguez, Planet Terror. Here, with the machine gun, the girl here with the machine gun leg right here. It's a rip-roaring vampire movie. It was kind of a twin bill of another movie that we're going to talk about here. That's Death Proof, directed by Quentin Tarantino. And if Tarantino's in it, there's going to be feet all over the place. Now, they did this movie like a drive-in theater. Matter of fact, it's a part of the movie where it's going along and then all of a sudden it just skips ahead. You could tell that a reel is missing or something because that used to happen a lot in the drive-in theaters. It's kind of crazy here. It even has a trailer at the beginning like the dancing hot dog. That's Planet Terror and Death Proof. I think I'm going to give these movies a shot here on my projector outside, something that's going to come later on in the fall. And here's one right here. This is a subject I've been thinking about doing about some movies, about some of these classic movies, You might be watching some of these movies, especially if you're just my older audience, and you get tired of these Marvel movies, these Star Wars movies, these DC movies. How about this right here, the Agatha Christie collection right here. Story with Hercule Poirot. Now, these movies had a lot of the big-time stars from that time period. I've been talking to some of my younger audience out here in the real world, as I keep saying, that everything doesn't have to be a spaceship. Everything doesn't have to be Marvel. Everything doesn't have to be Captain America. You might want to just watch a good little movie, especially in the fall when it's cold and it's dark. These are some really good murder mysteries right here. He plays a detective. He tries to solve it. Got some big headliners in here, like David Niven is in this movie. Evan Lansbury's in this movie. George Kennedy, Peter Ustinov playing Hercule Poirot. Now, these are some really good movies. You want to see some acting and you're tired of the car chases? These type of movies right here is what you really need to see. Another part of that collection is The Mirror Crack with Angela Lansbury actually playing the lead role of the detective. This is the one with Elizabeth Taylor in it right here. These are some really good movies right here to look at. Really good dramas. You want to see what acting is like? This is acting right here. This was acting. Not special effects, not CGI. Good acting. Get you involved, deeply involved in it. Tony Curtis here is in it also. And then the best one right here of the collection, Evil Under the Sun. Peter Ustinov is in this one right here also. Roddy McDowell, James Mason. See, what I'm going to do is get some of my younger viewers just for a second, forget about the IMAX for a week, and start watching some really good movies with some really good acting. This is KDS Reviews. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. And throughout the week, we talk about the shape of Hollywood, as far as movie making is making. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. I got a good idea. Once some of my older audiences comment down here on some classic movies that they like, and maybe the younger audience will give them a chance. This is KBS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.